I made $1.3 million last year in 12 months as a one-man team while only putting in 15 to 20 hours per week into this business. And in this video, I want to share with you 5 key steps that I took in order to achieve this. In my channel, I share genuine Amazon FBA tips and advice to help you gain financial freedom. So if you want to be a part of this journey, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for when I release a new video every week. Hi, my name is Robby. I'm a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller that started selling in July of 2020. And since then, I've been able to gain financial, time, and location freedom to do whatever I want with my life. And with this video, I want to share with you how I did it so that hopefully I can help guide you to gain financial freedom and freedom in general in your life as well. So let's go. One key step that I took was that I focused on building a brand around my first 2 products. How did I do that? I did that by launching variations of those 2 products. So what is a variation? A variation is a simple change where you don't trade time for money, where you don't have to build it from scratch. So a simple change is anywhere from changing the color, changing the size, changing the shape, changing the material. These simple changes helps you grow this business effectively and efficiently, where you will be able to scale this business and not have to trade your time for money every single time you launch a new product. What's the best way to pick a variation? So for me, it's a balance between the most demand and the least amount of competition. And I make a list. I'll find like 10 to 15 variations that I could potentially launch, and I'll throw all the data, the stats, demand, how much it makes, how much competition is in that specific niche for that color variation, and I'll throw it all in a spreadsheet. And whatever has the most demand, whatever is the easiest money to make with the least amount of competition, that's the one that I launch next. And I just go down the list from the highest to lowest. So what's best about variations is that you get to skip all the steps of having to start from scratch. Use the same supplier. They know your product already. They could produce your product pretty quickly. You trust them. The photographer, you give them all the same details. They shot your product already, so they know how to shoot your product. And then you can add this new product as a variation of your first product, meaning that you can take the reviews from your first product. So your new product that you're launching is going to have whatever review count that your first product has. So if your first product has 200 reviews, from day one, you will be able to launch your product with 200 reviews, giving you a competitive edge. Also, on top of that, you don't have to do keyword research. You can use all the same keywords for your listing and your PPC, use all the same title and the bullet points from your first product, saving you a lot of time, weeks and weeks of time, by just changing the color of your product. If you were to launch a brand new product, for me, I would have to go reach out to suppliers, then find a supplier that I like, that I think I trust, then order samples from this brand new supplier to even see if they're a good enough supplier from the quality of the product, and to see if this product is even a viable option to move forward with, and then if it's not, then I have to go back to square one, to product research for a brand new product. And then you can honestly easily see how this could be 2 to 3 months worth of work. You can cut that all down, just skip all that time and effort by changing the color of your product, throwing that 3 months worth of work all the way down to 1 to 2 weeks worth of work. And you can easily see how I'm just starting to just stack these blocks really easily to 2 to 3, 5, 10x my profits while still putting in the same amount of work. So the second key step that helped me make $1.3 million this quickly is being smart with my money. So every single month, I put my profit back into the business in order to snowball this as quickly as possible. If I ever needed money, I pay myself very minimally. I believe that learning how to budget yourself and control yourself with your money, with decisions, is really vital for life and for this business. So for instance, if you want to buy something at the store, like you're walking past a store and you see a pair of sneakers that you really, really like, and then most people say, okay, I like it, let me buy it right now. And it only just makes them happy for temporarily. It's not something that they really want. That's impulse decisions. That's an emotional decision. So learning how to budget yourself, it carries over to that stuff as well. And then also that stuff carries back over to this business. So if you really like a pair of sneakers and you look at it and you're like, if you want to make an emotional decision, step back and look at it. Do I really need this? Do I really need these pair of sneakers? Is it going to really make me happy, really add value to my life? Or is it just something that I want right now that's going to make me happy for 5 days and then I'm going to want another pair of sneakers? So being able to make these decisions, stepping back, making logical decisions, it really, that practice really carries over to this business. I teach all my students to make every single decision with clear logic and not emotions, this business can easily be an emotional roller coaster if you let it get to you. So whenever you start to get really emotional about something that's happening in your business or whatever in life in general, take a step back and just walk away from it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, however long you need in order to have a calm mind in order for you to really make a really smart, logical decision. So with this business, I think that if you build it really smartly, like paying yourself, distributing money, it's going to help you build this business really, really efficiently. So instead of paying yourself whatever, $100,000 per month, I mean, per year, or paying yourself, a huge chunk of that money, pay yourself a small portion, 20%, maybe 20% right now could be 20% of the profit, monthly profit. That could be $1,000 right now. But then if you're able to only pay yourself 20% and then put in 80% back into the business, you're going to be able to grow this business like crazy, where next year, maybe you'll be able to pay yourself $5,000 or $10,000 at the same time, being able to still grow this business into a multi-million-dollar business. And what's one great thing about this, if you're only paying yourself 20% right now and it's $1,000, $2,000, it's going to motivate you to want to shoot for more money. If you're paying yourself 100% of the profit every single month, you're not going to be able to ever grow this business, because you need to put money into this business in order to grow it. If you've gotten this far into the video and you're enjoying it so far and you find it really helpful, make sure you smash that thumbs up for me. It helps me a lot and I really appreciate it. So step 3 for me was the strategic planning of this business. So for this business, a lot of times, most of the time, the most productive thing is when you spend hours and hours of the strategy part of this. That's just the thinking process, the productivity of it. A lot of times I know that if you don't see something physically done, you don't think you're being productive. But usually just the thinking part, spending hours and hours of just strategizing everything, putting everything down on paper and all that stuff is the most productive thing, because that's what's going to help you really have a clear path of how to grow this business effectively and efficiently. So for me, my products do 5x sales during Christmas. So what I did was I strategized on how I can make that happen as easily and as effectively as possible. So for me, I had to take out a $100,000 loan. And for me, I put a pros and cons list to see whether or not this is smart, because $100,000 loan, you can easily go into debt. So for me, it didn't make sense not to take it out. You want to always make a worst case scenario and a best case scenario and see, which is the safer choice for you and which is the best choice for you in order to grow this business in the best way. Also, with the strategy planning for Christmas, I made sure I had all of my products ready for Christmas, ready to go. So I did all the keyword research. I optimized all of my keywords, all my PPC, my titles, my pictures, whatever. I ranked everything to the top first page so that by the time Christmas came, everything was ready to go. I did not have to test anything and waste money on PPC, and then I could just let go and let the money come in. What's the biggest thing that's helped you get to where you are right now in your Amazon FBA journey? I love to know. Please share that with me in the comment section below, and I look forward to reading it. The 4th step of how I was able to make $1.3 million this quickly as a one-man team was my productivity level. So I was able to produce 20 times the results in 10 times less time. I was only putting in 4 to 5 hours per day into this business. At the same time, I was doing YouTube and stuff like that. How was I doing that? I follow 3 principles that I feel that really helped me get to where I am today. So the first principle is the 80-20 principle. So what that means is that 80% of whatever you do in life, whatever you do at work, gives you 20% of the results, and 20% of the work that you do in life and in work and business or whatever you do with yourself gives you 80% of the results. So what I do is that I eliminate that 80% that's giving me 20% of the results, and I dial down and put my foot on the pedal on the 20% that's giving me 80% of the results. So what that looks like for me is that I really only give myself 2 big tasks per day. That's enough for me to be productive. A lot of people, they jump around, they have their brain everywhere. They check the social media, they check emails, they check their sales, they check ads all day long, and then you're not able to get anything done. If you are able to really, really focus and dial down on what's really, really important moving forward to get this business going, that's going to really help you be able to get 10 times amount of the work done while only putting in 2-3 hours per day. The second principle is the KISS principle. I actually learned this from Miles. He's the one that mentored me and taught me how to do this business. It's keep it simple, stupid. So every time I tend to overcomplicate things, I tell myself, just keep it simple, because, us humans, we tend to overcomplicate things where it's working already, so like if things are going right for us, we're like, wait, why is this going right? It should be going wrong. So we try to change things because we feel like it's too good to be true. Quite honestly, usually the most simplest decisions are the most effective and most efficient way to grow this business. And with anything in life, if something is working for you, don't change it. Just keep doing it over and over and over again until it stops working. Then when it stops working, then think about how to, change it and how to improve it. So the third principle for me is slow and steady. I believe in slow and steady with this business and not pushing down on the gas pedal every day, overworking yourself and stuff like that. Because when you're pushing down on gas pedal, you can overwork yourself, you can be stressed, emotional, and then you won't be able to have time to enjoy your life. When you're stressed and emotional, you make really bad decisions. It's really hard to think straight, right? So that's actually going to make you go backwards instead of propelling you forward. For me, I used to be an overworker. So for me, learning how to really go slow and steady, take a lot of breaks, really use my downtime after work, and enjoy my weekends has really helped me propel this business faster than if I was working on it every single moment of the day. So for me, that's taking a lot of breaks. During my breaks, I don't look at my phone. I don't look at emails or anything. I relax. I'll walk away. I'll take a walk. I'll meditate. I'll spend time with my pets, just to have my mind clear, reset my brain so that when I go back into the business, I'm able to really focus, laser focus, with my mind being focused and calm and clear, making really, really smart, clear, logical decisions. So step 5, the last step of how I was able to hit $1.3 million this quickly, was how I marketed my products. On Amazon, it's not what you sell, but how you sell it. So it doesn't matter if you find a product that could potentially make $100,000 per month and then nobody else is selling it. If you don't know how to market it correctly, nobody is going to buy it from you. With this business and any business in general, you have to find a product that customers want. Then you have to market your product to let those customers, those specific customers that's looking for your specific product, know that your product exists. And then you have to captivate them. You have to solve all their fears, any fears, objections, and create desire for them within 3 seconds, less than 3 seconds of them just skimming through your listing really quickly. And if you cannot do that, you're never going to get the sale. So for me, what I did was I optimized my listings really well for my products. I made my images and my bullet points convey to my customers that this is going to make their life easier just by them taking one quick look at it. I did really good keyword research in order to make these products rank for those specific keywords so that I could make more money and reach out to more customers that's looking for my product. And then lastly, I dialed down on PPC. I spent money on ads for really, really highly relevant keywords for these products so that even from day one with 0 reviews and 0 social proof and anything like that, I'm able to get on the customers that are looking for my products radar and reach out to as many customers as possible from day one. There you have it. Now you know the 5 steps that I took in order to achieve $1.3 million last year. And if you want to learn from me on how to start a successful Amazon FBA business, I do have a course that teaches every single step efficiently on how to go from 0 to $100,000 per month. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email. My email is going to be in the description below, and then I'll throw you onto the wait list for when I reopen the course for more students. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share with all your friends and family, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.